Hello.
Hey, Linda.
Hey, Daniel.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Let's see here.
Cool. How's your Sunday going so far, everybody?
Yeah, good. Nothing on here. Okay.
How you doing?
Good. How's it going?
Did you get a haircut?
I did.
Looks good.
Thanks. It is easy. Just shaving the sides, you know?
I may have to do that if we go on much longer.
Right? I mean, I was even debating why not just shave it all off, you know? Start fresh.
I've had that thought.
Yeah, right? While climbing the walls. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get this party started. Sunday evening. I'm going to mute you all. Okay, cool. And you don't need to have your videos can be turned off because I won't be able to see them anyway, because I'll be busy providing demonstration and clear verbal instructions. So that's what I find it works best to focus on with these Zoom sessions. So I just try to make sure you can hear me, and I try to provide, I try to make sure I'm providing good demonstration. If you need to see me, verbal instructions first are the best way to get there, and then after that, if you need to look, go for it. I put my, if you need to get in touch with me, I put my email in the chat if you need to email me about anything. Cool. So without further ado, let's get started. How about sitting nice and tall and just taking a few deep breaths? Pull the breath in, squeeze the breath out. And we're going to try to build up this blend of sort of energized strength activity, but also relaxation, stress release, letting our tension subside. Right now, it's all about the breath and bright posture. So try to breathe in, breathe out. All while sitting tall. Okay, from here, let's keep breathing and sitting tall. Let's just do it in a twisted position. So you reach across the body, get a hold of your knee, look back over your shoulder. Another couple breaths here. Okay, come on back to the center. And we're going to take it to the other side. Same thing. Reach across, get a hold of your knee, turn your head, push into the ground, try to sit tall. Exhale all the way. Inhale, come back around to the front. Then we're going to just surrender for a moment. We're going to bring our hands forward, and just release for a little bit. That you can think about, certain sensations or states of mind you want to release. Well, it's got a crick in your neck, you can take these few moments here to just breathe and release and focus on releasing that crick in your neck or whatever it may be. How about one more breath? Exhale fully, turn your palms down, walk your hands in and sit up nice and tall. Good, and with this bright posture, you think of bringing the sensations you want to have, like, you know, using the crick in the neck as an example, bring in a nice comfortable neck, right? That's the feeling you want to cultivate. Take another breath here, then switch your legs. And then we're gonna go to one side. Reach up and over to get that lengthened outside. Now breathe into that lengthened outside. Feel your breath moving in that side of the body. Come on back to the center. Let's take the same thing to the other side. One more breath here. Come on back to the center. Sit up nice and tall, and then one more time. Slide those hands forward, bow your head. Take some deep breaths. And just let go. Let your head be heavy and your arms be loose. Turn those palms down, walk your hands in, sit up nice and tall. Take a breath or two. All right, and try to really feel your breath all around the body, so surrounding the spine. As you breathe in, as you breathe out, you feel movement on all sides, breath activity on all sides. Okay, let's come to tabletop. We'll take that breathing activity with us. As we come to tabletop, and we'll go between cat and cow. So from tabletop, you inhale the cow, then you exhale the cat, and you inhale the cow, and you exhale the cat, and you keep on going just like that. Move in between the two positions. Try to synchronize breath and movement. So, for example, when you're going into cat, you're breathing out, right? And when you're going to cow, you're breathing in, correct? Try to make it so that your exhale finishes when you arrive in cat and you can't go any further. Same when you're going to cow, your inhale finishes at the moment your cow finishes. You try to sync the movement and the breath. That's the practice of vinyasa, riding your breath from one position to another. And what you might notice is that you have breath left over, right? You get the cow, you can't go physically any further, but you can't breathe in anymore either. Or you can breathe in more. And so that just means you got to slow down. Same thing, when you're going to cat, you're breathing out, breathing out. You get there and you shouldn't be able to breathe out anymore. If you still have breath left, you just got to go a little slower. And you may not exactly time it up. I'm just offering this up as something for you to intend and to work towards. Greater synchronicity of breath and movement helps to lead to more mindfulness. Almost there. Now let's go to neutral child's pose. From child's pose, let's come up to downward facing dog. Once you get there, go ahead and start pedaling your legs, alternate bending and straightening your knees. All right, and when you're ready, let's hold it there. Straight, strong legs, straight, strong arms, and a core tying it all together. So your navel's active, your waist muscles are squeezing in, you're breathing. Exhale all the way, and then inhale as you bring your feet forward. Come to a half fold. Take a big inhale, and then exhale, fold over. Slide your hands towards your feet. They don't touch your feet. They might for some of you, but you just basically fold over and you see how far you get. Duck your head into it. Squeeze your thighs. Breathe deeply. Exhale all the way, and then bend your knees. Reach your arms up overhead. Hold it here. Chair pose. Take a couple big breaths. Your arms are reaching overhead. Your knees are bent. Take one more breath. Straighten your knees. Reach up higher. You're going to bring your hands to your heart and just stand tall with your toes together and your palms together at heart center. And just be there. One more breath. Let's do chair pose again. And we'll go from chair pose into two salutations. Straighten your knees. Forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, back to plank. Deep breath in. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Exhale all the way. Inhale, feet forward. Half fold. Fold over. Inhale, rise. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Half fold. Come on back to plank. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Big exhale. Inhale as you come forward. Half fold. Fold over. Bend your knees. Come up through chair pose. Once you get to chair pose, take a deep breath or two. Straighten your knees. Hands to your heart. Take a big step out to the side. All right. Feet parallel. Let's bring those fingertips to the ground. Look a little forward. Turn your toes inward just slightly. And then walk your hands between your feet. Top of the head towards the ground. It's almost like you're rolling into a somersault. So you squeeze your thigh muscles and you just try to duck into it a little bit. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. And you just breathe deeply. Walk your hands forward. Turn your feet straight ahead. We're going to go side to side. You bend your right knee, straighten your right knee, bend your left knee, straighten your left knee. A simple little variation with this one is you can pick up your arm and your elbow just gently nudges your inner knee. Right? Use plenty of strength, but still be gentle about it. And it's fine to not do that. It's fine to just keep your hands on the ground. Once or twice more. Okay, next one. So that's called the spider. Let's do the windmill. Put one palm in the middle and then twist. And then bring that hand down. And then take it to the other side. Keep going just like that. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. We'll bring our hands down, turn those toes in, and then get a hold of your ankles and pull into a forward fold. And just hold it right here. Take a few big breaths. Some key things here are squeezing your thigh and abdominal muscles, pulling your shoulders away from your ears, and of course, breathing is always key. One more breath here. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, come on up. Come up to the top of your mat, toes together, palms together. We'll take a deep breath or two. One more salutation, hands down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, half fold. Make your way back to plank. Deep breath in. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Big exhale. Inhale, feet forward. Half fold. Fold over. Inhale, rise. All right, exhale, hands to your heart. Step with your feet a little bit apart, arms by your side. So you space your feet about shoulder width, okay? Bring those arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Half fold. You're gonna step just your left foot back. So your right foot stays in the front. Then you're gonna bend your knees and straighten your knees repeatedly. All right, and just notice you don't have to push things to straighten your knees all the way, right? You just work within your own range of motion. Not trying to push too hard, just breathing and flowing. Okay, let's go one more time towards straight knees. It's called pyramid lunge. If you can get your palms flat, great. A lot of people need to be on their fingertips, and some people might even need help. And I don't suspect that everybody has yoga blocks. Yoga blocks work great, of course. But if you don't have yoga blocks, maybe having like a stool or like an ottoman or a wall nearby to kind of help yourself stabilize might be a good idea. All right, let's bend both knees. You're gonna let your back knee on the ground. Your hands can stay on the ground, palms or fingertips, or your palms can go on your thigh, or you could even bring your arms up overhead. Whatever works for you. Moving on from here, left palm on the ground, right arm up in the sky. Just an option here, lift your left knee. From here, we'll bring the right hand down. So from this position, from this lunge prep position, we're gonna try to come up. So see if you can come up on your fingertips and maybe slowly start coming on up. Reach those arms up overhead and breathe, crescent lunge. All right, this one can be pretty challenging. Just try to keep your back heel up and your hands, overhead if possible, but it's fine to do hands on the hips or palms in prayer. It's also fine to kind of, not come up, but just keep, touching the floor lightly. One more big inhale and exhale, bring those hands down. Inhale to plank, exhale lower, inhale back bend, exhale downward dog. Now, there's lots of ways to come forward. You could bend your knees, lift your heels, and give a little hop forward, or you can walk forward as long as you get there safely, okay? Half fold, fold over, inhale, rise. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, step the right foot back. Keep the left foot at the front. Ready? Let's get moving. This move, by the way, is called the seesaw. You bend your knees and you straighten your knees. Keep on moving and breathing. How about one more time, bending the knees? When you straighten your knees, let's hold it there. Back knee straight, front knee straight. Breathe here. Okay, from here, we're gonna bend those knees, let the back knee down. Remember what you did on the first side, hands on the ground, hands on your thigh, or arms overhead, whatever works for you. Get steady, get stable, and breathe. Okay, right hand on the ground, left arm up in the air. Just an option. You can stay just like this or straighten your right knee. Here we are, twisting lunge. Breathe deeply. Okay, left hand down. We're gonna try to come on up. All right, do your best. Crescent lunge, also known as Alanasana. Another 3, 2, 1. Hands down, plank position, lower down, back bend, downward dog. From here, bend your knees, lift your heels, hop it on forward, half fold. Fold over, inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to your heart, hands by your side. We're gonna pause just a moment here. Just stand tall, take a couple of big breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, from here, toes together, palms together. Big inhale, exhale, hands down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, back to plank. Deep breath in. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward dog. And then bring your feet forward. Come to a half fold. Fold over. Inhale, rise. And exhale, hands to your heart. Take a big deep breath. Keep your right foot in the front and step your left foot back. Get the space between your feet. Face forward, bend your front knee, reach your arms up overhead. Take some deep breaths here. Take your hands behind your back. You're gonna clasp your hands together. So interlace your fingers. I always, with my left leg and back, I put the left thumb on top. Lift those knuckles and dive. Okay, come on back to warrior one. Dig into that front leg. You could just stay here in warrior one, or go ahead, venture on with me. Warrior three, flying in the sky. You can keep it more vertical with your big toe on the ground, or you can start to really fold over. Go for it. Go to a deeper balance. Challenge your stability. Breathe, focus. Back to warrior one. One more breath. Okay, arms down. Let's just switch sides. So your left foot comes forward, or you can either step to change sides. The other way you change sides is you just turn around, right? So either way. Right now we have the left foot in front, the right foot in back. Reach those arms up. Warrior one. One more breath. Okay, hands behind your back. Interlacing your fingers. Now I have the right thumb on, since the right leg's in back, I have the right thumb on top. Lift those knuckles and dive. Humble warrior. Let your head go, knuckles high. And just breathe deeply here. Depends on how low you are, but you'll either look at your left big toe, if you're higher up, or if you're further down, you'll look at your right arch. Okay, let's go back to warrior one. From warrior one, it's warrior three. Unless you prefer to stay in warrior one, that is totally fine. Otherwise, come to warrior three and do your best to balance. Squeeze that left thigh, squeeze that right thigh, reach those arms, point those toes. Warrior three, however level you can get yourself to go. Back to warrior one. Hold it here. Breathe. Let those arms go. Bring those toes together. Bring those palms together. Take a deep breath. All right, step that left foot back. Keep your right foot at the front. Arms up, tilt into triangle. So in triangle, you want to make sure that your right side, you're tilting, correct? You're tilting over your leg, directly over your leg. So you're not leaning forward, pressing your hips back. You're pressing your shoulders back so that your shoulders, your hips, your leg, they're all in line with each other. And we just hold here. Higher up, that's fine. Lower down, that's fine too. Just make sure you're observing the form, keeping your right side above your right leg. We'll do a couple more breaths. You can stay keeping your feet just like this. You just come on up. We'll come on up. We'll come out of the pose. You can turn around or you can switch your feet. Either way, come on up and down onto the other side. So now we got the left foot in front, right foot in back. Right? If we were in class together, we'd all switch the same way, but since, you know, it's a little looser in this format here. So just make sure you're observing the form. You got two straight knees. You're tilting. Your left side is directly above your left leg. Your right side is right on top of that. You hold it here, you squeeze your inner thighs, and you breathe. Couple more breaths. Okay, come on up. Now, keep your feet wide. Just turn your left toes in. So whatever way you're facing, turn your toes in, feet wide, hands on your hips. Squeeze your elbows together and fold over. Bring the top of the head towards the ground. Duck your head into it. Squeeze your elbows together, shoulder blades together. Lift your arches. Keep squeezing your thighs. Keep breathing deeply. Couple more breaths here. Okay, breathe out, then inhale, come on up. You're gonna reach your arms out to the side, and you're gonna turn your thumbs down, bring your hands together behind your back. It's either fists pressing together or palms pressing together. I'm gonna show you real quick, just in case. You either press your fists together like this, or you open up your hands and press them together like that. In between, you could go like that, where your fingertips press together, right? So it's either fingertips, palms, or fists. Something's pressing together. Okay. Let's turn to the left. Keep your knees straight. So make sure your knees don't bend for this, okay? Keep them nice and solid. Also, just for you hyperextenders out there, if your knee bends back, you want to soften the knee just a little bit. So it still looks straight, but there's no like hyperextension in your knee joint, okay? Remember that for both sides. Fold over your left leg. Take your time, fold, 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 and round into it a little bit. Mind those knees. If anything started bending or anything, you know, back off a little bit. Take a few deep breaths here. Exhale all the way. Inhale, come on up. Turn it around. Take your time. Okay, so we got the right foot straight, the left foot on that diagonal. Other side now. Be mindful of the front knee joint. Okay, hands in the same position. Fold over. Go as slow as you need to. so you can pay attention to what you're doing, right? You got to be in constant communication with every part of your body, right? The toes spread out, the arches stay up, the knees stay straight without hyperextending, the muscles of the legs engage, and it goes on and on to the top of the body. Just try to feel every part of the body doing its part. And you're squeezing your thighs and you're breathing big. And then exhale all the way. Inhale, come on up. All right, come on back to the middle. We're gonna take those arms down, bring those arms out to the sides. Flex your hands back and you're gonna rotate. Try to keep those elbows straight, the hands flexing back, your palms flattening out. All right, and then from here, reach, bring your hands to your hips, inhale, exhale, fold over. Squeeze your elbows together, duck your head into it. Exhale all the way. Inhale, come on up. All right. You got your feet wide. Bring your feet together. We're going to put them back wide again, but bring them together for the next thing. You're going to bend your knees, reach your arms up overhead. From here, you're going to bring your palms together, bring your right elbow to your left thigh, and twist. Look up where your left elbow is pointing and hold it right here. Make sure your knees stay even. Neither knee is poking forward or pulling back. Exhale all the way, and then inhale back to the center. Reach those arms up. Same thing on the other side. Breathe. Twist. Exhale all the way. Inhale, come on up. Straighten those knees. Bring those arms down. And then bring your feet back to wide. Okay? Take a breath here. Let's go to the right side first. So turn to your right. You're going to take your right hand to your sacrum, your left hand to your right hip. You're going to start to slide into it. Slide your left hand down that right leg. Reach to the outside of the leg and pull. Rotate that torso. Lift your right elbow, your right shoulder, your right ribs. Maybe extend your right arm. And just hold it here. Twisting triangle. You know, if this hurts your shoulder to extend your arm, don't do it. Just put your hand on your sacrum. Okay, from here, come on up. You take your time, turn it around. Make your way to the other side. Okay, so now we get the left foot in front, right foot in back. Get set, so left hand to the sacrum, right hand travels on down your left leg. Reach for the outside of the ankle, pull into a twist. It's a fold and a twist. Try to prioritize the twist though. So however high or low you go, however high or low you fold, you emphasize the twist. And then on the first side, did you extend your top arm? Do it on this side too, if you did. If you didn't, then don't. All right, let's do one more breath, and then we'll come on up out of it. We'll come back to the middle position. We'll take a deep breath. Then we'll bring those feet together, bring those arms up overhead, and we'll go side to side. Reach up and over, and up and over. Okay, back to the center. Reach up, big inhale. We'll let those arms down. And let's just stand for a moment, shall we? Stand tall, take a deep breath of 2 or 3. Okay, let's come back to wide legs. So we got our legs wide, move your heels in, turn your toes out, bend your knees, squat on down, goddess pose. If you can, pick up your 10 toes. Press down through those heels, press the knees apart, try to tuck your tailbone, try to get upright. Okay, come on up, and you're gonna readjust your feet. Let's go to the left side. So your left foot will be straight. Your right heel pushes back a little bit. Raise those arms up and bend your left knee. And we are in Warrior Two. You can stay right here. The gaze, you can either look straight ahead, like what I'm demonstrating right now. You can keep the chin in line with the sternum, or you can turn your head and look at your left middle fingernail. One more breath here in Warrior Two. Take your right arm behind your back, left arm up overhead. Hold it here, reverse warrior. Feel the stretch in your left side and breathe into the left side of the body. Keep it in this position, keep breathing. Okay, elbow to the thigh, right arm up over your head. You could keep your elbow right there, or if you want to go deeper into side angle, you bring your hand to the ground. From here, you can stay in side angle, or join me, come to half moon. You shift your weight into your left foot with help from your left hand. Your right arm and right leg go up in the air. And we just hold here, breathing big. It's called half moon pose. Come on back to Warrior Two. Take a few big breaths. And we're landing here. And I'll let you know, in the chat box for this class, I put my email in the chat box if you have any questions about how to modify a pose or anything like that, then I can totally, receive your emails and answer your questions the best I can. One more breath here. Then let's switch sides. So you could switch your feet. I think maybe just switching sides if you have a good angle there. You can just switch sides. Come on to Warrior Two. Hold it here. Couple big breaths. Reverse warrior. Couple big breaths here. Breathe into that lengthened out right side. And then side angle, elbow to the thigh, left arm over your head. If you want to go lower, recall what you did on the first side. Try to make it as similar as possible. From side angle, let's go to half moon. Shift your weight into your right foot with help from your right hand. And lift your whole left side. Your left hip's in the air, your left leg is horizontal, your left arm is vertical. And you're breathing. Okay, back to Warrior Two. Good, and if you need help with modifying, remember to look me up. Hold it here. Warrior Two. Okay, let's come on out of this. Let's go back to Goddess Pose. So we'll make your feet even. They're turned out a little bit. You're gonna bend your knees and squat down. Arms out to the side, toes up if you can. Press those knees out. Breathe. Okay, let's come out of Goddess Pose. Turn those toes in, hands on your hips. Slide your hands down your legs. Wide leg forward fold once again. hopefully, whenever you take a class where there's a pose that gets repeated a couple of times or 3 or more times, hopefully it becomes easier each time you do it. You just kind of become a little more attuned to the position and you just work your way into it. Hands on your hips. Inhale, come on up. Bring your toes together, palms together. Take a deep breath. Okay, from the top of your mat, let's roll through one time. Sun salutation, hands down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, half fold. Back to plank. Lower down, back bend, downward dog. From downward dog, bring those feet forward, half fold, fold over, inhale, rise, and exhale, hands down, arms by your side, step your feet a little bit apart, stand tall here. Lean over to your right foot, pick up your left foot. Bring your palms together. Hold it here. You can pull that foot up higher than I have mine. You can pull it all the way up to the upper inner thigh, or you can keep the big toe on the ground. Whatever you do, breathe deeply. Okay, put that foot down, arms by your side, breathe. Lean to the other side, pick up your foot. Hold it here. Good. Remember to match what you did on the first side. So however high your foot was, whatever position your hands were in. Okay, put that foot down, stand on both feet, take a few big breaths, just standing tall. Okay, come up to the top of your mat, toes together, palms together, big inhale, exhale, hands down, inhale, arms up, exhale, forward fold, inhale, half fold, exhale, back to plank, deep breath in, exhale, lower, back bend, downward dog. And then child's pose. Come on down to child's pose. Take some deep breaths. Good, and just settle into your child's pose and try to adjust to a nice comfortable position. Breathe your breath. From child's pose, 1 or 2 more breaths. See if you can take even bigger breaths than you've taken so far. All right, let's come on up. Let's take the, let's come to tabletop. We'll take the right arm up towards the sky, and we'll take the right arm underneath. So the right arm reaches underneath your left armpit, and then you can take your left arm behind your back. Make sure your knees are spaced enough so it feels stable for you. And then from here, you can take that left arm, and you can take the left hand to the right wrist. Gently pull the arm to the left as your hips swing to the right. And just hold it here. Hopefully this feels like a pretty decent stretch anywhere on your right side, near the waist and hip, near the shoulder, and ribs, wherever you feel it. One more breath. Let's put the left palm on the ground. Take the right arm up towards the sky. Bring the right hand down so we can do this on the other side. Left arm goes up in the air. Bring your left arm underneath. Reach it along the ground to get down to your left shoulder on the side of your head. Bring your right arm behind your back. Pull that arm behind your back. Breathe here. Okay, take the right arm from behind the back, get a hold of the left wrist, pull the arm out to the right, swing your hip to the left. Breathe deeply here. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, plant that right palm, take your left arm up in the sky, and we'll bring that left hand down. And not for very long, we'll come to child's pose. We'll settle back. We'll just relax into child's pose. And just relax those shoulders. Okay, up to tabletop. Extend your right leg straight out to the side. So your right toes are pointing forward. Your right foot is parallel with your spine. And then you do this little rotational movement with your hips. You lift your right hip, you lower your right hip. You lift your right hip, you lower your right hip. And you keep going just like that. Lift your hip, lower your hip. Take your time. Okay, last one. Lift that hip, lower that hip, and just feel the stretch of your right inner thigh. Stay here, or if you want to deepen this, reach your left arm the other way and slowly start to rotate your torso to lift the arm up. Make sure the arm stays somewhat relaxed. You're lifting from the ribs. You're really squeezing those core muscles. Your right arm is strong. Your right leg is strong. We hold for one more breath, and we bring that hand and that knee down. From here, we bring the left leg out to the left. We squeeze the left thigh, and we rotate. So it's just a tiny little rotational movement in your pelvis. The left hip rises and sinks down, and rises and sinks down. You keep going just like that. Okay, one more time. Hip up, hip down. Hold that there. Squeeze that left thigh. And then just, if you want to add to it, very optional, lift your right arm out to the side. Slowly start to lift those ribs. The arm stays pretty relaxed, but the core stays mighty and engaged. Okay, bring that hand and that knee down. Then, before we go to child's pose, we're going to do the spinal jump rope. You're going to round your back, bring your ribs around to the side, around towards the ground, around towards the other side. You can go round and round with the rib cage, taking your time. Breathing deeply, moving smoothly. Keep your elbows straight, keep your head pretty still. Change directions. All right, come on back to neutral, and then come on back to child's pose. We'll take a few big breaths in child's pose, just letting all that settle. Try to feel the inner thighs, the sides of the body, and of course the spine. Okay, go ahead, sit up. Let's do a few things from a seated position. So we'll bring the soles of the feet together, lift the heart, and reach the heart out over the toes. Attempt to keep your back pretty, somewhat flat, your spine somewhat extended, so we're not rounding too much. You might round a little, that's all right. Just keep the lift in your heart, right? Keep it somewhat extended. Hold here for a few more breaths. And your neck, make sure it's neutral, so you don't want to be like lifting your chin up and shortening the back of your neck. You don't want to be dropping your head. Your head's more or less right in the middle. Okay, come on up. Now, we're going to do pigeon pose. Just in case, I'll just show you before we go into pigeon. Here's an alternative pose. If you can't do pigeon, you do this, right? Ankle over this side, you hug that side. Okay. Then here's the pose we're going into. Left leg in front, right leg in back. All right, you do your best to keep the left leg open with the right leg going straight back. You might be sitting off to your side. You might be really sitting on your left hip. That's okay. You can stay over there. You just do your best at coming more towards the center and down. Maybe you come down to your elbows. Some people need to stay up on their hands the whole time. That's fine. Just work your way into it. And also remember that on the back version, just in case you need that. Once we get there, isn't much else to do besides just breathe, right? You get everything in place and then you just start moving the breath in, squeezing the breath out, tuning into where you feel it the most, and just trying to let it go. Try to breathe into your back, breathe out to your sides. Couple more breaths here. And then let's change sides, shall we? So if you're on your back, you just switch your legs, switch to the other side. If you're sitting up, you can bring one leg around, bring the other leg back. Let's make sure you make it safely to the other side. So we got, if you're doing the, the upright version instead of on your back, standard version, try to open that leg, try to flex your ankle, and do your best at working your way towards the center, coming face down. Never force yourself, just explore, use lots of breath. Take big inhales and big exhales. Keep breathing, breathe into your back, breathe out to your sides. Last few breaths, see if you can just delve in a deeper layer. You don't have to physically change anything, just bring your attention more into the pose. Okay, we're gonna come on up And then we're gonna come to a wide leg position. However you get there is fine by me. To get there safely, bring your legs out to the side and push your hands down right next to your hips. Turn your hands so that your thumbs are in the back, your fingers are in the front. So these two fingers, your index, middle fingers are kind of digging underneath the upper thigh, outer hip area. Push down with those thumbs, bring your heart forward, squeeze your thighs. Breathe deeply here. You can stay right here. For some people, this is plenty enough stretch. For other folks, you might bring your hands out in front of you and start crawling your hands forward and see how far you go, lengthening your way into it. Hold on wherever you are with it. Just a few more breaths here. Keep your legs active. If your hands are behind you or in front of you, keep your legs active, your feet flexing back, your thighs squeezing. This is our last thing we're gonna do upright. Okay, last breath. Okay, come on up. You're gonna come onto your back and bend your knees. From here, stretch your arms out to the side. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Bring your knees to the left. And just relax here. Just take a big inhale and a big exhale. Just relax right here. Breathe deeply. How about one more big breath here? Okay, make your way, take your time. Come onto the middle, uncross your legs and take it to the other side. Switch those legs, bring yourself the other way. Big deep breaths. Big inhales, just do your best to settle, give in to gravity. If there was anything that came to mind in the beginning when we were releasing, you can just, purge it further at this point. Just let it go more. One more big breath. Come on back to the center. Uncross those legs. Give those legs a big hug. And this is where we draw in those feelings we want to cultivate. Healthy body, clear mind. You ready? Let's let it all go. Let's let the feet to the ground. Flatten out one leg, flatten out the other. We'll spend a couple minutes, kind of spread out a little here. And just take some deep breaths. Just let your whole body relax and settle down. Feel everything we did. Move your breath in, squeeze your breath out. Stay calm and relaxed. Just start to deepen your breath a little. While you're breathing deeply, go ahead and bend your knees. With your knees bent, slip a hand behind your head and then roll to your side. Take a deep breath on your side. And then from your side, go ahead, sit up, cross your legs, and close your eyes. We'll take a minute or so just to sit tall and breathe. Big inhales, big exhales. Just feel everything we did for ourselves, and all in the name of wellness. Releasing stress, clearing our minds, strengthening our muscles, stretching, releasing tension. Feel it all adding up. Let's put a final polish on it with 3 ohms. Join me. Bring your palms together. Namaste. Thanks for joining in, everybody. I put my email up in the chat box if you want to get a hold of me, and I hope these are serving you well. I hope, and I've heard some people have even done these after the fact, like they've done them. I think there's a YouTube that they're posting them to, or they might even be on the what's it called, on the Body Kinetics website. I think they're archiving them on YouTube though. So thanks very much. If you want to get in touch, I'm streaming classes all week long. I'm doing these through the Body Kinetics on Sundays, and I'm just doing all kinds of different stuff. So if you want to join in or anything, let me know. Pleasure to have you all here tonight. I will talk to you hopefully soon.
Thank
See
you.
you later.